Jed from Stout Home Furnishing was saying appliances are also made to last 4 to 6 years.
Oh, dude, brutal.
So then you add that time bomb of hard water in there, and it's a guess.
And it's more expensive. You know what I mean? You got dishwashers that are crazy expensive nowadays, and they're only meant to last 5 years. And that's what he said. He's like, dude, I could sell you the top brand, and it's gonna last as long as the low brand. So it's like, taking care of your softener, having your softener in the house to help extend the lifespan of this, so you're not dropping $2,000 every 3 years on a dishwasher. So it's worth having. And some people, like I say, some people hate the feel of it. Like Mike's one of them. He don't like the feel.
I do like the feel.
Oh, I thought you said you didn't like the feel.
I do like the feel.
Oh, see, I was like, I love it.
I love softener. What? You weren't listening.
I guess not.
You heard what I said.
I was
not
mesmerized
what I was thinking.
by your hair. You're talking about shampooing it.
Yeah, I love it.
Save me.
So we'll segue into this, but we talk about the lifespan of appliances, like all these things around us, but what about the lifespan of ourselves? What are health implications that come with hard water?
So I don't know health wise. I know everything you remove is better. You can remove stuff that's better. Now, you also don't want to drink soft water. So do
you want to drink hard water? And the only reason I ask is because there's so many podcasts, so many influencers talking about the metals in our body. Is that also
that's when you touch base into reverse osmosis for your drinking quality, right? So that's different from your softener is going to take away the calcium, magnesium, and soften the water from the hard fill. And then you talk about reverse osmosis, which is water quality on what you're drinking, right? So what you're consuming. And they got some for like whole house conditioners, but like underneath your sink, like having a reverse osmosis is going to pull out, and it depends on what brand you have, but they're designed to pull out like a 99.9% of whatever, right?
Yeah. And we talked about parts per million, grains per gallon, hardness level, everything has a different thing. When you go to RO systems, they talk about TDS, total dissolved solvents in the water. A good RO will bring it down to below 20. And above that, usually around 150, 200 or something. So it'll remove almost all of it. I mean, you can get it down to below 20. And then after your RO, you can put another filter to take it down to 0. And they have filters that put stuff back in it to make it taste good.
Like, can we pull up the water quality report here in St. George? Because, I mean, we can see what's in our water here. We have, like, arsenic.
Arsenic, yeah.
The chlorine level. There's just a lot on that water report, and you could do that anywhere, right? You could pull up your water report anywhere, and your RO system is going to, like, whoever the manufacturer is, they'll state what they can and cannot do, right? What they can pull out and not pull out. But a lot of the ROs are going to help get that water to a safe drinking level because we have crazy chemicals in our water. So
have the EWG.
Yeah, it should be
EWG Tap Water Database.
Yep.
St. George City Water System.
Yeah, it should pull up what we have in it and the
like
levels,
the different chemicals and metals in it.
Yeah, and it'll tell you like it's 103 times past what you should be in the water, or however they measure it in there.
It's just like a big deal then. Like, it's crazy it's not talked about more.
Yeah, it's kind of slept on. But we were like, I was watching a show where they were talking about how, I think it's Italy, like how big they are on water quality before it even gets sent out into the public. There's so like they go above and beyond to make sure that water is beyond clean. So the public's getting clean drinking water, where the U.S. like it passes, right? Who's to say how great that is? I'm not that guy, but like I was just looking at the database of it and how much more they do to make that drinking water clean, because we do a test, right, where it's like you could see like what kind of damages the water that we're drinking out of the tap does to us, what it affects our kidneys, our nervous system. Like
You're talking about that electric test?
Yeah, the electrolysis
makes
test.
all the green and black stuff come
One of
through?
these days we'll pull it up and show it.
That's a good idea.
I don't have it on me, but one of these days we'll do it and show like the water quality test, and it'll show like what's in it, like if there's heavy metals, iron, like whatever it is that's in the water, it'll pull it up and make it into a solid, and then that report will show you like, hey, this is what it's affecting, you know? So
do you have
I'm all
I
about
do, yeah. I got
what's in there?
So right now, this is for Washington County, Utah. This is in St. George area. It serves 85,200 people or homes.
It's like
I guess.
half the population almost.
Yeah, purchased surface water. Let's see. So there are 19 total contaminants in the water detected, 7 of which exceed the EWG health guidelines. Right. So some of these listed, these are just the 7 that exceed guidelines here. Chromium, haloacidic acids of a different type. There's HAA5, and then there's HAA9, nitrate, radium, trihalomethanes, and uranium.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. I knew there was some crazy stuff in it.
We're all basically nuclear bombs walking around.
Yeah,
Yes, they affect cancer. All of them. All 7 of those.
in the state of California.
Yeah, they basically say, They basically say, let's see here. Yeah, legal does not necessarily equal safe. Getting a passing grade from the federal government does not mean the water meets the latest health guidelines. Legal limits for contaminants in tap water have not been updated in almost 20 years.
Yeah,
All right, so the EWG, I think we use this for any products, right? You can use this for like anything on homes. Like I know my wife uses it for like her hair care products and stuff. Like the EWG is awesome.
yeah.
But yeah, 19 total contaminants, 7 of which exceed the guidelines. That's crazy.
That is insane. See, that's what I'm saying. Like our RO system ain't gonna like.
What's gonna help?
It's gonna help it tremendously. Is the thing. Like obviously you can't get everything out 110%. You know what I mean? But it sure is gonna help you in the long run. So I'm a big fan on not drinking tap water. Like I have RO system in my house, and I either that or I get bottled water. To an extent.
Some just drinking plastic.
And I was gonna say now you're drinking plastic. You see, they just TMI, right? A little too much information, but they tested like so many men, and they all got microplastics in their junk and their testicles. It's like out of every man, everyone showed up with plastic, and that's just you could touch into that big time, right? We're not conspiracy theorists out here. Maybe
No, we're not.
We're not conspiracy theorists out here.
You're talking about RO. And I had a softener guy once tell me, do not ever drink out of your garden hose because it's hard water and it's rubber and it's been sitting in the sun, it's disintegrating, and it's full of bugs.
This is
But
why
I'll tell you this, that is the best tasting water in the world, man. You're out there on a hot day, you get that hose turned on, that is some good water, man.
I remember my parents not letting me in the house. So our only option was the hose. I grew up on hose water.
He likes radium. He's
That's
just
the best.
just pounding it. It just starts glowing at
That's why
night.
he grows green at night.
Yeah, he's like, why am I glowing tonight, man? Freaking garden hose, man.
So that's why you said that you're not supposed to drink water from a water softener, from a system with a water softener.
So water softener is not because it's sodium. There's lots of people that doctors say cut down your sodium. So they should not have soft water in their house unless they have bottled water they're going to drink or they have RO water. So the reverse osmosis. Now, the difference is when we do a water softener loop, your kitchen, your refrigerator,
Hose bibs.
and hose bibs should be on hard water. And that's better cooking for you or drinking than soft water.
Interesting.
So if you do a whole house and they don't have a loop and you got to put the whole house on soft water, then you need an RO system to drink and cook with.
But how many people do both?
50% of the people that buy a softener will probably buy an RO too.
This explains why I am the way I am.
No, nothing.
There's no explaining you, man. Yeah. But that's, I mean, yeah, like he says, that's the biggest thing is if people are going to the extent to protect their plumbing system, they're usually going, they're going to protect themselves too. So having an RO is a big thing. It's like when we walk into a house and I see just stacks of like water cases, I'm like, you guys just want an RO? And it's like cut down on like for one plastic, like it's a problem, man. Everything we touch nowadays is going to kill us. You know, it's a problem that we're in now. But I mean, with that, it's like, you could take the steps to protect yourself. And I think having an RO is good. And then it cuts down on your, the landfill, plastics and landfill. So, I mean, again, RO is good, but you also waste a lot of water too.